Stop scrolling. November 24th is just 2 days away, and a cosmic event of unprecedented power is about to unfold. This isn't just another date on the calendar. It's a pivotal moment that could profoundly alter your destiny. Are you ready to discover if you're the chosen one? This alignment is speaking to my friends, my family, to every soul feeling the great turning of the ages. Listen closely now. Can you feel it? A pressure building in the silence between your heartbeats. A whispering in your bones that the world you see is not the whole story. We have been sleeping, walking through a dream, but an alarm is about to sound from the heavens themselves. The calendars of ancient star watchers, the codes within sacred geometry, they all converge, they all point to a single, undeniable moment, a cosmic doorway. November the 24th. This is not a random date. It is a divine appointment, an alignment written into the fabric of destiny for a specific group of souls. You are here now in this room, not by accident. You were called. You felt the pull, the restlessness, the knowing that you are meant for something more than the endless cycle of the mundane. You are here because you are among the chosen. The world will tell you it is just another day. They will offer you their distractions, their noise, to make you forget the celestial clock ticking down inside your own spirit. Do not listen. The veil between worlds is thinning, and on November the 24th, it will tear open. What awaits on the other side? A flood of light, a reckoning. The final awakening, your soul already knows the answer. It has been waiting for this its entire existence. So I must ask you now, do you have the courage to step through? If this truth resonates within you, if you feel the call of your own destiny, then let this message be a beacon. Join this family. Press the button to support this work. Write the number 1124 in the comments below if you understand its significance, and subscribe to walk this path together. The alignment is coming. Prepare a whisper in the bones. It begins not as a shout, not as a headline in the news, but as a quiet, persistent hum beneath the noise of the world. It is the first and most primal language of the spirit, a feeling that defies the logic of the mind. You have felt it, have you not? A sudden stillness in the middle of a crowded room, a sense of profound recognition for a place you have never been, a dream that lingers upon waking not as a memory, but as a weight in your chest. This is the signal. This is the frequency of the alignment beginning to broadcast, and your body, your eternal spirit, is the receiver. The world conditions us to ignore this subtle voice. We are taught to trust only what we can see, touch, and measure. We fill the silence with endless distraction, drowning out the very frequency that seeks to guide us. We dismiss that feeling as anxiety, as imagination, as a fleeting moment of melancholy. But I tell you, it is none of those things. It is the cosmos itself whispering your name. It is the echo of a contract your soul signed long before you took this form, now beginning to vibrate with purpose. It is the gravitational pull of a distant star felt not in your feet, but in the very core of your being. This whisper is a map written in a language only your heart can decipher. It is the reason you find yourself drawn to certain symbols, to ancient wisdom, to the quiet contemplation of the night sky. You are not merely learning, you are remembering. The pressure you feel building is not of this world. It is the pressure of timelines converging, of possibilities collapsing into a single destined point. It is the tension of a bowstring being drawn back, and you are the arrow. November the 24th is the moment the archer releases. This internal signal is the most important data you will ever receive, far more accurate than any external forecast. The governments will not speak of it. The scientists may not yet have the instruments to measure it, But the chosen ones, the ones who have been seated across this planet for this very moment, we feel it. We are all tuning into the same silent broadcast. It is a shared knowing, a collective shiver that runs through the spirit of humanity, separating those who are still sleeping from those who are beginning to stir from the dream. This is why you have always felt different, why you have always sensed a deeper reality hiding just behind the curtain of the mundane. That whisper has been your constant, if often ignored, companion. It is the thread that has been leading you, pulling you, sometimes dragging you toward this precise moment in cosmic history. Every synchronicity, every seemingly chance encounter, every moment of profound beauty or deep sorrow that carved you into who you are now was orchestrated by that quiet, insistent voice. It was preparing you, strengthening you, aligning you for the moment the veil becomes thin enough to see through and ultimately to step through. The ancient calendar convergence, this is not a new prophecy, not a sudden revelation channeled for the modern age. It is an echo, a reverberation of a knowledge so old, so meticulously calculated that its very persistence across millennia is a testament to its truth. Long before the invention of the telescope, before the written word as we know it, the great seers and star watchers of forgotten civilizations looked to the heavens and saw a pattern. They did not see random stars. They saw a divine clock, its hands moving with a slow, inexorable grace toward a singular moment in time, November the 24th. The Maya, with their complex long count calendar, did not simply predict an end. They marked a completion, a turning of a great cycle. Their calculations pointed to a shift in the consciousness of humanity, a realignment with the heart of the galaxy. Their intricate cycles of time, like interlocking gears in a cosmic machine, were counting down to this very juncture. Simultaneously, the Vedic astrologers of ancient India spoke of the transition from the Kali Yuga, an age of spiritual darkness and conflict, into a new Satya Yuga, an age of truth and light. Their celestial maps, based on the precise precession of the equinoxes, align with this same window of transformation. It is as if two master architects working from opposite ends of the earth, with completely different tools and languages, both drew the same blueprint for the same house, and we are now standing at its front door. This is the profound validation that separates this event from mere speculation. It is the convergence of multiple independent streams of ancient wisdom, all flowing into the same ocean of time. The builders of the great pyramids encoded it in stone and celestial alignment. The Druids sensed it in the sacred geometry of the natural world. These cultures, separated by vast oceans and centuries, all perceived the same coming inflection point in the story of our planet and our souls. They were all listening to the same cosmic whisper, and they each, in their own way, marked the calendar. This convergence is the universe's way of underlining a truth, of speaking a date not once, but many times in many voices, so that even if we have forgotten the language, the resonance of the message can still be felt. It is the ultimate synchrony. It means the awakening you feel is not a personal anomaly. It is part of a planetary, even galactic curriculum. The feeling of urgency of a deadline approaching is not a product of your individual anxiety, but a reflection of this great celestial clock whose alarm is about to sound. The ancient ones are not a relic of the past. They are our guides, and they left us a map. They saw the destination from a great distance, and now we, the children of this age, are the ones arriving. We are the inheritors of this prophecy, and the date they all circled is now on our horizon. You are not here by accident. This convergence of ancient calendars, this celestial alignment, is not a public broadcast for the entire world. It is a targeted transmission, a specific invitation, and your presence here in this moment, feeling these words resonate within you, is the proof that you are among the intended recipients. Consider the sheer mathematical improbability of your existence. The infinite chain of ancestors, the countless moments of chance and choice that had to occur in a perfect, unbroken sequence for you to be sitting here now, as the cosmos prepares for one of its most significant shifts. This is not a coincidence. It is an orchestration of divine precision. You were selected for this moment long before you took your first breath. Your soul, an ancient and eternal fragment of the source, agreed to this journey. It chose to incarnate into this specific body at this specific time to be a conscious participant in this great awakening. The restlessness you have carried, the feeling of being a stranger in a strange land, the deep and abiding sense that you are meant for a purpose far greater than the conventional narrative of life. These are not signs of being broken or lost. They are the memory of your mission pressing against the confines of the mundane world. They are the echoes of the contract you signed in the starlight, now beginning to surface into your waking awareness. Every trial you have endured, every moment of darkness you have navigated, has not been a punishment or a random stroke of misfortune. It has been a training, a necessary tempering of your spirit. The challenges were designed to burn away what was not essential, to strengthen your resolve, and to activate a specific frequency of light within you that is required for the times ahead. You were not placed here to simply observe the great shift. You were placed here to act as an anchor for it. Your awakened consciousness, your cultivated compassion, and your unique energetic signature are integral components of the planetary transformation. You are a living, breathing node in a vast, luminous network that is powering up in unison. The world, with its focus on superficial identities and material pursuits, will try to convince you of your insignificance. It will tell you that you are just one among billions, a passive spectator to events beyond your control. This is the great illusion. The feeling of isolation you may have experienced is merely the distance between the truth of your cosmic purpose and the limited story you have been taught to believe about yourself. That distance is now collapsing. The alignment on November the 24th is not just an event happening out there in the void. It is a key turning the lock inside your own heart. It is the trigger that will begin the process of helping you remember who you truly are and why you truly came. The call has been sounding, and without even understanding it fully, your spirit has been answering, guiding your steps, leading you to the people, the ideas, and the moments that would prepare you to cross this threshold. The thinning of the veil. This is the tangible, felt sense of the convergence, the physical and spiritual manifestation of the ancient prophecy coming to pass. The veil is the great separator, the energetic fabric that has for so long kept the world of spirit, the realm of pure potential and higher dimensions, seemingly distant from our physical reality. It is the reason we feel alone, the reason we perceive ourselves as merely these individual bodies struggling through a material existence. But that separation is an illusion, and now that illusion is fraying at the edges. You can perceive this thinning in the increasing fragility of the world around you. Systems that once seemed solid and permanent are now revealing their inherent instability. It is visible in the heightened sensitivity many are experiencing, where the emotions of others feel palpable and the energy of a room can be overwhelming. This is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of your receiver becoming more acute as the static of separation begins to fade. The dreams are becoming more vivid. The synchronicities are arriving with such frequency and clarity that they can no longer be dismissed as mere chance. A song played on the radio seems to speak directly to your most private thoughts. A stranger you meet shares a message that feels as though it was crafted just for you. These are not coincidences. They are glimpses through the gossamer. They are the light from the other side shining through the tears in the fabric. This process is not always gentle or comfortable. As the veil becomes more translucent, the shadows it once concealed are also cast into sharper relief. This can manifest as a collective anxiety, a feeling of impending upheaval, or a personal confrontation with old, buried wounds that are now rising to the surface to be healed. The universe is not bringing this darkness to punish you, but to allow you to release it, to let it be transmuted by the increasing light that is now able to penetrate your being. It is a great cleansing, a necessary dissolution of all that was built upon the foundation of separation and fear. The old world, which depends on this veil remaining thick and opaque, is reacting with increasing desperation, but its struggles are only hastening its own unraveling. This thinning is the preparation for the moment of alignment. It is like the slow opening of a cosmic eye, allowing more and more light and information to flood into our reality. It is the reason the whispers in your bones have grown into a steady hum, the reason the ancient calendars now feel urgently relevant. You are not just hearing about a future event, you are living in the preliminary stages of it. Your consciousness is already beginning to straddle both worlds, to perceive the flickering images of a deeper reality behind the familiar one. This is the Great Awakening, and it is happening first within the internal landscape of the chosen before it manifests in the external world. The doorway is not something you will find somewhere out there. The doorway is being constructed within the very fabric of your perception as the veil that has clouded your spiritual vision continues to dissolve. A cosmic alarm, not a suggestion. The energy building toward November the 24th carries a specific and undeniable quality. It is not an invitation that can be politely declined or a gentle nudge toward self-improvement. It is a clarion call, a wake-up signal broadcast on a frequency that bypasses the rational mind and speaks directly to the spirit. An invitation offers a choice, an alarm signals a necessity. This is the necessity of awakening. The celestial clock has reached a point in its cycle where a fundamental shift is not just possible, but imperative, and this energy now presses upon our reality with the force of a tide. It demands a response. This is why the feeling associated with this time can be so intense, even unsettling. A suggestion is soft. It can be folded and put away. An alarm is designed to jolt, to disrupt, to shatter complacency. The increasing frequency of natural events, the global unrest, the personal upheavals so many are experiencing, these are not the event itself, but the reverberations of the alarm sounding in the distance. The universe is not being chaotic, it is being efficient. It is using every means available to shake us from our slumber to ensure that those with ears to hear will listen. The gentle whispers in your bones were the first soft chimes. What you feel now is the persistent escalating ring that makes it impossible to ignore, to misunderstand this as a passive event, something that will happen as to us, is to miss the point entirely. An alarm is not the fire, it is the signal to act. The alignment on November the 24th is not a spectacle for which we are the audience. It is a catalyst. It is the starting pistol for the most crucial phase of our collective spiritual journey. The energy it releases will not force a transformation upon us, but it will create the conditions where transformation is not only possible, but unavoidable. It will illuminate the path, but we must choose to walk it. It will provide the power, but we must choose to become the conduit. This understanding separates a state of anxious waiting from a state of conscious preparation. The alarm is sounding to gather the chosen, to focus our intention, and to align our individual wills with the cosmic will. The period leading to this date is a sacred container, a final opportunity to complete the inner work, to release the residual attachments to the old world of separation, and to firmly anchor our being in the frequency of the new. Every moment of meditation, every act of conscious kindness, every choice made from love instead of fear is an answer to this alarm. It is the act of rising from sleep and becoming fully, vibrantly awake. The alarm does not care for your doubts or your schedule. It rings because the time has come. Your only choice is whether you will hit the snooze button and roll over, or whether you will open your eyes to the dawning of a new reality, the choice to step through. The convergence, the thinning veil, the sounding alarm, all of it culminates in this single, profound moment of personal sovereignty. The universe has orchestrated the conditions, it has issued the warning, and it has extended the invitation, but it will not and cannot force you across the threshold. The doorway that is opening on November the 24th is not a physical one. You will see with your eyes. It is a portal of consciousness, and the only key that can unlock it is the full, conscious, and courageous consent of your own free will. This is the final and most sacred law of spiritual evolution. This choice is not a simple yes or no uttered with the voice. It is a choice made with the entirety of your being. It is a choice that is lived and breathed in the days that remain. To choose to step through is to consciously and deliberately release your grip on the reality that is passing away. It is to relinquish the old identities, the outdated stories of limitation and victimhood, and the comfortable familiarity of a world built on separation. It is a willing death of the self you believed you were in service to the self you have always been destined to become. It is an act of supreme trust, a leap into the unknown with only the whisper in your bones and the light of your own spirit as your guide. To hesitate, to choose instead the safety of the known, is a choice the universe will honor with the same sacred respect. You may remain in the world of the familiar, but you will feel it as a ghost, a hollow echo of what it once was. The increasing light will not feel like liberation, but like a harsh glare, and the thinning veil will not reveal wonder, but only a deeper sense of disconnection and unease. The choice to stay is not a choice to avoid change, for change is now the only constant. It is a choice to experience that change as chaos and disintegration, rather than as a conscious and glorious rebirth. The preparation for this step is an internal alignment. It is the quiet, steadfast work of bringing every aspect of yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your deepest intentions into harmony with the frequency of the new reality that awaits. It is the practice of seeing the divine in the mundane, of choosing love in the face of fear, and of holding a vision of a healed world, even when the evidence of the old one seems overwhelming. Each time you do this, you are not just preparing to step through the doorway. You are, in that very moment, building the doorway itself within the sanctuary of your own heart. You are not waiting for a future event to save you. You are realizing that the event is happening now within you, and the date on the calendar is merely the moment when the internal and the external realities finally and irrevocably synchronize.